Hey guys, Kelsey here. Just wanted to give you a COVID-19 update on my situation. My grandma called today and she's like, all my friends and everybody wants an update. And so I just want to let you know I'm on day 10. Um, Today has not been too bad. Last night was terrible. It's been a roller coaster throughout the whole ride. Um, Today I was actually able to, uh, wash my sheets. Definitely taking breaks in between because it's a lot. But I was moving around more than I have. Uh, about last night, I felt like I wanted to cut off my legs. The best way to explain the pain is almost like restless, but 10 times worse. It feels like your bones are just in so much pain. There's no way. I don't know. I took aspirin, didn't take it away. Finally took some Tylenol, and I got some sleep. I got like 3 to 4 hours of sleep throughout this whole ride. It's felt like I haven't slept, and I slept a lot, but I don't think you really get sleep. It's just your body's so exhausted. The symptoms lately have been throughout. I've had no smell, and I just got that back yesterday, just very mild. Um, and taste has been horrible. It was taken away. I completely any type of food I ate tastes like pure salt. Nothing tasted good. One symptom that I had is losing weight. For some, you might be happy about that, but losing 12 pounds in 9 days is not good. And that's what I lost, was 12 pounds. Just from, you just don't want to eat when something tastes like salt, and you can't stomach it because you're just so sick. So deprived of eating and trying to keep those fluids down as much as possible. And I tried my best. As you can tell, my eyes tell you everything. Like, I don't have these big bags when I'm feeling good at all, and they look like they're just sunk in, probably from like losing that weight too. But they are looking better than before, slowly but surely. But today I believe is my day 10, and I'm hoping, they say between day 5 and day 10 is when you should start feeling better. The nurse that calls me every 2 days told me there's some patients that it can last up to 6 weeks. Oh, I hope that's not me. But again, everyone's different. Some other symptoms I had throughout the journey of this COVID is your stomach just knotting up, and that's one reason you don't want to eat, because you can't. Your bones ache so bad. And then I've had trouble with my back, my upper back. And they believe it's because the COVID had turned into pneumonia. So they have me on, what is it? Antibiotics, 250 milligrams, and then they got me on very good steroids. Is this Myerthin? Oh, I can't pronounce it, but really strong steroids, and that helped a little bit. But with the fact that they just don't know anything about the virus at all, so it doesn't help at all that they call you every 2 days to check up on you, make sure you haven't passed or anything. That's basically what it is, because they don't really give you any advice other than make sure you please drink and stuff like that, and just try to comfort you as much as possible, which is super scary that they don't know anything. It's so scary. But yeah, there's a lot of symptoms. I just can't even think of it. You'd have to look at my other 2 videos. I kind of read the list. I just don't have my list with me right now. But lately it's just been aching. My legs, my arms, my back. My back has been the worst. And that affected my breathing. And that's why they believe it turned into pneumonia. They didn't have me come in and do any testing at all, because they don't want you inside the building unless, you know, you you can't breathe at all, and then they'll admit you and get you on a ventilator. But I've stuck it out at home, and it's been terrible. I just want to, dedicate this video to my grandma Nancy. She asked me to do this for her friends. It made me feel good to know that doing these videos actually help others understand the virus, and to kind of watch the symptoms if they occur, or for those that are already infected and just kind of want some information on what my journey was like. And I don't know why I even say journey. It makes it sound fun. It's not. It's horrible. But you just feel hopeless. You can't do anything. You definitely need a caregiver having this stuff. So if you know someone that has it, I know it's scary to reach out, but even coming to their door, once a day, bringing them food. But I can tell you that I got through it with almost every hour, every couple hours, my grandma calling me and just checking up on me. It made me feel real good. And she, she was there through thick and thin, just listening to me cry or be happy until I was feeling a little bit better or whatever it may be. And then I had my sisters calling me, and my mom and my aunt and my cousins. It was good to hear their voices, even though they're so far away. But for those of you that have it, I'm so sorry, and you will get through it. Just don't think negative and try to keep positive as much as possible. I know I started thinking real negative, and it doesn't help you. You've got to think positive. That's the only thing, I finally bounced back. I kept on falling back to negative, but I try to keep telling myself, no, you got to think positive, think positive. And today, look, I was up moving around, most I've ever done. Today is the most I've ever done, and that was getting these sheets in the wash machine and just sanitizing everything down. And then I made the phone call to my job. I took my grandma's advice and stopped working there. I called, which just shocked me with the response I got. I called and talked to the director above my boss, and she had told me when I got hired a month ago that they are trying to get my department to go virtual, work from home. And so I called her and I said, this is Kelsey, and gave her my last name and what department I worked in. And as you know, she was there when I got that phone call because I was supposed to go to training that day. And as you know, I was, infected with COVID-19, and I told her that this is the only place that we would have gotten COVID-19 from. We had quarantined since, it was all casted over the news in March, and there's no way, because Lalo, started doing school from home, Domain started working from home, we were at home. And even on our drive down to Georgia, we didn't even go out to eat or anything like that. It was just strictly at home on the places that we did stay. So anyhow, she had told me, so I said, she said, no, we are no closer on getting you guys moved home. You have to work from the office. I said, okay. I said, well, I think this is a decision I need to make, and I've already made that decision that I am not going to be able to come back because our health is much more important. My whole family's been affected over this, and reaffecting them is not my goal, and I don't want that to happen, and I know I caught it from there. And she said, so does that mean that you're quitting? I said, yes, ma'am, it does. She said, well, just want to let you know that you will not be rehireable throughout this whole hospital or any of affiliates. I was so shocked by the answer I got. I thought with her being in the health field and watching these patients die in our hospital and the ones that come in with new cases, that should have more of a heart to not even say that, such a thing. I mean, maybe it's a legal thing that she has to say, but no, I don't believe so after I spoke to someone after that phone call. I just was so shocked. She watched me get that phone call and cry when I came positive, and got the phone call that my son was positive as well. And for her to say, I'm so sorry, but you will not be rehirable because you are not fulfilling your 2-week notice. Now, I get that on any other job, but with this pandemic going on, there is definitely what's the word I'm looking for? I know you guys can think, but my brain's not working, and that's one of the side effects of this is you can't think. You're just so drained. Memory is horrible. But anyhow, she could have been more compassionate, and there's rules that could totally override that I could come back, eventually once this pandemic stopped. But no, not in her eyes. So I didn't do my, 2-week notice, and that's it. And didn't matter that I had COVID, and I caught it from that department that I worked in. Oh, and to come find out that there's 3 more cases from the employee health department. That there's 3 more cases in that building that I worked at. Once I heard that, there's no going back after that. So I'm very proud of myself that I made that step, because I was so excited for that job. I was so excited to work at the hospital, and only work minutes away from my home. But, there's something better out there for me, and I know that, and it's going to come soon. And it's going to be working from home, or, opening my own business of some sort that I've always wanted to do anyway. So in the meantime, we'll figure that out and leave it in God's hands. But I just want to thank each and every one of you that reached out. Thank you, Carrie, for reaching out. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was so sick. Mom, thank you so much for our conversations. And Grandma and Kelly and Sammy, thank you so much. And Michelle for calling me. I appreciate everybody that reached out and checked up on us. But things seem to be getting better today. I can also tell you this was one of the other side effects is, it might look like a booger while I'm doing the video, but it's not. It was like a crystal that came out of my skin on both sides, and I just had pushed out, and then it just scabbed over. And I think it was, I hate to say poison, but that's what this virus is, and I think that's what was coming out of my body was the poison, because I don't get stuff like this. I don't. My skin's pretty, not perfect, but it's pretty, clear for the most part. But that was one. And then my stomach knotting up. I don't know if I mentioned that. My legs, my pain. Oh, a headache. Headache was my first sign, and that lasted 4 days straight. The only thing that took that away was Tylenol, cold rag, and sleep. That was the first symptom. The first 2 was the headache and a low, mild grade fever. It's not even a high fever. I did end up running a high fever, but it started out at 99.5, and then gradually went up to 100, 101. But I don't know. I've heard some people no, it's a high fever. No, I have COVID, and that's exactly what it is low grade. For me, and it could be other people, it might be different. I don't know. But I've heard other people's stories, listening and watching YouTube or Google, whatever, that most people get headaches. So that is one sign to look out for. But I don't have much more to say. I will keep you guys up. I'll go ahead and give you guys one more video on this. I don't want to swamp you with my story, but I was asked and told that it's helping other people And I was told that my grandma's friends would really appreciate an update and know the symptoms so they can look out for them and be able to care for those that already have it. And just know that you guys are in my prayers just as much as I've been in your guys's. I love you guys. Have a good night. Of you that do want to share, once I post it on Facebook, all you gotta do is hit the share button, and others, in your friends list can see it. Also, when you click the link, it will route you to my YouTube channel, and if you subscribe and like, thank you so much. But also, it will give you alerts when I do another update or a video. Thank you all for your support. Bye.